So we have more Black Bolt and White Flare cards that have been revealed. I already previewed some of the cards here, and I must say, it looks pretty insane. Now, I've talked about this previously with the whole black and white era, how it's not one of the more popular eras, right? And how maybe this set would maybe end up like Journey Together, where there's a lot of initial hype, but then maybe it quickly dies down. But man, I must say this artwork looks crazy. And just how many IRs and SIRs are going to be in this set, maybe I'm going to be wrong because these artworks really look clean. I mean, some of the artworks previously in this era have been somewhat, you could say controversial, with crowns and those sorts of things. But the artworks we're seeing here with these cards are super, super nice. And I just think, even if you're not like a specifically a black and white era fan or whatever, just the artworks are amazing. And you know what? Maybe a lot of new people that are in Pokemon now might just see this new set come out and they're not even gonna care that it's a black and white era thing. They're just gonna look at these artworks and be like, I need that card because I'm telling you, these artworks are insane. And for a set to have this many IRs and SARs and this many chases, maybe this is gonna go crazy. Like I said, I really thought this could possibly not be that great or that crazy of a release, but I might be proven wrong because there are amazing artworks in this set. So as you can see here, the secret rares from Japan's Black Bolt and White Flare are now being posted to social media by Japanese fans. The set releases in Japan on Friday. Each Pokemon in this set will either get an illustration rare or special illustration rare. So every single Pokemon in the set is getting one of these rarities, which is pretty crazy. And here are all the cards. Now, there's so many. Like this page is very long. So we're gonna go through we're gonna try to go through all the cards here kind of quickly. Point out some ones that I really like the artworks of, and you guys can let me know out of all these what are your favorite artworks. So here are the starters. We have Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, and all the artworks here look really nice. I'm just gonna slowly scroll down here. So we have here all these artworks look really great. Like I really like all these. They're really clean. All these are really good. Tell me what your favorite starters are in black and white. Do you like Oshawott, Tepig, or Snivy? I don't know. I think I've always liked sort of Tepig. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you guys let me know. Just a random thing. But anyways, moving down. Some other artworks here. I'm telling you, all these look great. Like I don't know, just all these look really amazing in my opinion. They're all really clean. Like the artworks. I like this Zora right here. It's pretty nice. With the moon and stuff in the background. Cool. Keep going. Some nice artworks. Oh yeah, these cards are going to be crazy. I forget what they called this rarity or texture, whatever this is, but depending on how hard these are to pull, these I think are going to go crazy. Because you guys remember from Legendary Treasures, they had the gold. It was the gold Reshiram and Zekrom, right? From Legendary Treasures. This is sort of like that. Obviously, except it's not gold, but it's white and black. And honestly, like the theme of Reshiram, white with the card, Reshiram being black with the card, is pretty cool. So if these are crazy hard to pull or something, like the prices for these, I think will be insane because the texture. You guys can search up maybe a high res picture of one, but the texture on these is pretty crazy. And just look at all these artworks. Like there's literally, in my opinion, so far from looking at all these, there's like no misses with artworks. They're all great artworks. Like seriously, even Pokemon that aren't maybe as popular as some other ones, like just the artwork on all these is really good. So we keep scrolling here. It's nice artworks. Some here, pretty cool. Keep going, pretty cool. This Audino is like a clay sort of thing. Keep going. Pretty cool. All this stuff. There's so many to get through, so I'm not going to try to go too slow here. But you guys can just see for yourself all these. They're all really nice. Like seriously, even not like I said, maybe not even the most Pokemon or popular Pokemon are like really cool. So we just keep scrolling here. This Zekrom is really cool. Like look at this one. That's a really cool one. Let's keep looking. Even this Dwebble. Like look at this Dwebble. It's like its reflection in the bottle. That's really nice. This one has looks like some ice castles in the back. This Frillish. Keep scrolling here. Just trying to point out some cool artworks at least that I think. I think this one's pretty cool. This Vanillish. Keep looking here. The Sawsbuck is pretty cool as well. Just all really great artworks. And I honestly know a lot of these Pokemon because like that's when I really started collecting, or started to really get into it. So these are somewhat familiar to me, even though it was a long time ago. I do recognize a lot of these Pokemon. This Cubchoo is kind of funny. Keep going here. Okay, we're like almost there, I think. Just like I don't see how the set. Oh, this Druddigon, really cool. I remember this Pokemon from some cards or whatever back then when I was a lot younger. Keep going here. Just really no misses in my opinion. Like this is a really nice one right here. This Larvesta. Okay, and we're basically at the end here. Yeah, that's basically the end. So let me know out of all those, what was your favorite artworks? I think there's really a ton out there that are really nice. And like I said, there's like no misses. So let's just look at the comments and what people have to react to these pictures. So there's, I guess, some missing here. Here are the missing Pokemon. Not really the most popular Pokemon, but there are some missing. So as expected, there will be God packs in this set that will come with a bunch of secret rares. So I guess they're showing some of these God packs. As posted before, Pokeball Reverse Hollows and Master Ball Reverse Hollows will also return in these sets. All of the 172 of the main set cards were revealed and translated last week. In English, the sets will release on July 18th under the same names. They will be split into a first for the English TCG. So another really interesting feature about this is that you would think, because usually on the Japanese side, there's two separate sets and they combine them to one set for the English side. For example, Destined Rivals was combined of Heatwave Arena, the Glory of Team Rocket, and some like theme decks or whatever. But for this set, they're going to do the exact same thing as they did with Japan, which are two separate things. So really cool that they're sort of doing that on the English side, never done before. So another element to this set that's pretty cool. So let's just read some of the comments and we'll be done. This is very exciting for a black and white fan like me, but terrible for someone who collects all secret rares like me. Yeah, I mean, there being that many, illustration rares, SIRs, and those other cards like the, Reshiram and Zekrom, those like cool textured ones. If you're really trying to pull a master set, I don't even know how that's going to be possible, to be honest. You would think for the set, the pull rates would probably not be that hard, having literally that many SARs and IRs. Hopefully it's not terrible, but we will see. I'm pleasantly surprised that the full art and BWR renderings of Zekrom are different. BWR, what does that stand for? Are different. I wonder if the similarity between the full art and the original black and white full art are intentional. I guess are they talking about, I don't know, the renderings? That must be something with art. Talking about the Reshiram, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're talking about that white card. Yeah, it's really cool. Incredible. I'm kind of obsessed with how diverse the color palette of Reshiram's SAR is. Also, the SR cards look good too. Maybe I'm talking about the wrong one. Color palette, it's all white, so maybe I'm talking about a different one. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Another end card. At least this one shouldn't be too bad. In any case, it should be okay. Whatever. The Zoroark is gorgeous. I wonder if the clown will get an SAR. The clown full art. Where's the clown full art? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. There were so many cards I was just scrolling through. Expect that in the English set of it, the closest we got to a God pack is the full Evo line of Superior, Hydreigon, or any Evo line in particular. Used 151 as a reference here, but then again, knowing the state of the TCG community right now, this is becoming a myth. Okay. Master sets are out of the question at this point, at least with my goal of getting every IR and SAR in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I mean, to get all of them in this set would be literally ridiculous to pull them all. At that rate, you should just buy the cards. Pokemon card collecting is such a big mountain to climb because of the constant abundance of nice cards they put out. Hopefully the singles are somewhat affordable for this one. We'll see. Okay. They just keep coming. Yeah. I mean, it's really crazy how you really think about it. Like the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, where it seemed like set after set was just not that great. Like you could say Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, like all those, like the whole lineup, like the first like 5 sets, it seemed like nothing was hitting. I guess you could say 151 was one of them, but everything else, there was no crazy, I guess response to the market or just any of the cards in any of the sets. But it seems like in the past few sets, I mean, we've had Surging, Prismatic, um, Journey Together obviously was not that crazy, but Destined Rivals, and now this, it's pretty crazy how in the last like few sets here of the era, they've been all really crazy. So that's all I want to show you guys here. Just all these really nice artworks. Um, yeah, maybe I'm wrong about this set. Maybe this will really pull the market even further into this whole craziness. Because really, I talked about black and white not being the most popular era, but just the artworks, right? Even if you're not into the whole, lore Pokemon or the older stuff, and maybe you're a new fan, whatever it may be, just the artworks alone, I think, will draw a lot of people into the set. And having this many IRs and SIRs, I really can't imagine the set being too hard to pull some of the stuff. Maybe the only difficult thing would be to pull these cards, like the Reshiram and the Zekrom. I forget what they called these, but yeah. The set is looking pretty crazy. You guys can let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is going to pull the market even further and we're going to just continue to have a super strong market? Or do you think this is going to end up like Journey Together, where there's a lot of initial hype, but then it quickly goes away? So you guys can let me know. But man, just looking at these cards, it's really hard to say that a set like this would do terrible or like or be a bust, because just the artworks and just the Pokemon, even just set aside, the artworks are amazing. So that's all I want to talk about here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.